General Vaxthor stood before the Galactic Council, his 4 eyes gleaming with contempt as he gestured toward the holographic display of Earth's smoldering cities. The amphibious warlord had conquered 47 worlds, each one falling to his methodical, emotionless military doctrine. Humans, he clicked through his translator, are fatally flawed. They make decisions based on primitive emotional responses: fear, anger, love. He practically spat the last word. My analysis is complete. They will surrender within a solar rotation once they understand the futility of resistance. Emotion makes them weak, predictable, easily broken. The council members shifted uncomfortably. The Zanari representative, a crystalline being of pure logic, nodded slowly. The Thorian ambassador, however, remained silent, his ancient eyes holding a warning that Vaxthor ignored. I will demonstrate, Vaxthor continued, by capturing their so-called hero, Captain Sarah Chen. She has lost her entire family, her homeworld, everything she held dear. She is the perfect specimen to prove that human emotion is their greatest weakness. 3 weeks later, Captain Chen stood in chains before the general aboard his flagship. Her uniform was torn, her face gaunt, but her eyes, those dark hollow eyes, held something that made even Vaxthor's cold blood run colder. Captain Chen, he began, circling her like a predator. I have studied your species extensively. You fight for dead loved ones, for destroyed homes, for abstract concepts like honor and justice. Wait, tell me, what drives you now? What emotion compels you to continue this futile resistance? Sarah's voice came out flat, empty. You want to understand human emotion, General? Let me teach you. Vaxthor's mandibles clicked in amusement. Please enlighten me. Tell me about your grief, your anger. I have seen thousands weep before me. Your tears mean nothing. I'm not going to cry, Sarah said quietly. I did that already. For days, weeks, I cried until there was nothing left. You're right about one thing. Emotion can be a weakness. Fear paralyzes. Grief blinds. Love makes you vulnerable. She lifted her head and Vaxthor saw it then, the absolute absence of fear in her expression. But you made a mistake in your calculations, General. You assume that because we feel deeply, we think shallowly. You assume that emotion and reason are opposites. She smiled, and it was the coldest thing Vaxthor had ever witnessed. They're not. They're fuel and engine. Philosophical nonsense, Vaxthor dismissed, though something in his primary brainstem tingled with unease. When you destroyed my family, Sarah continued, her voice steady as steel, I grieved. When you burned my world, I raged. But then something beautiful happened, General. Something your purely logical mind can never comprehend. My emotions didn't consume me, they clarified me. Every tear I shed washed away doubt. Every scream of anguish burned away hesitation. Every moment of loss stripped away everything unnecessary until only purpose remained. She leaned forward despite her chains. You think you broke me by taking everything? You freed me. A human with nothing to lose and everything to avenge is the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy. Vaxthor's tactical officer suddenly appeared on the communications screen, his face panicked. General! We're detecting anomalies throughout the fleet. The prisoner, she's been... The screen went dark. Emergency lighting bathed the room in crimson. Sarah's smile widened. You studied human emotion, General, but you didn't understand it. Yes, we love deeply, so deeply that we spend years learning everything about what we love. My husband was a systems engineer. My daughter was studying quantum entanglement. My son loved puzzles and codes. The chains fell from her wrists, they had never been properly locked. Every moment you kept me here, I've been talking to you, learning your patterns, understanding your systems. You thought I was broken, but I was thinking, feeling and thinking, grief sharpening my focus, rage fueling my determination, love reminding me why precision matters. Alarms shrieked throughout the flagship. Vaxthor lunged for his weapon, but Sarah moved with inhuman speed. No, human speed. The speed of someone who had spent weeks in captivity exercising, planning, and waiting for this single moment. The virus I coded using your own computer terminals? Sarah said, effortlessly disarming the general. It's already spread to your entire fleet. Every ship, every weapon, every life support system. I built it from components of my family's research, hidden in seemingly innocent conversations with your crew. You never suspected because you don't understand that human emotion doesn't cloud logic. It enhances it. Vaxthor collapsed, his breathing apparatus failing. Impossible. My security. Your security was designed to detect threats from logical minds working systematically toward goals. It couldn't comprehend a mind working through grief using pain as a focusing lens, converting loss into laser precision purpose. Sarah stood over him. You wanted to understand human emotion, General. Here's your final lesson. We don't fight despite our feelings. We fight because of them. Our love gives us reasons. Our grief gives us strength. Our rage gives us will. And when you take everything from us, you don't break us, you unleash us. As Vaxthor's vision faded, he saw Sarah accessing his command console, broadcasting a surrender order to all remaining forces. The human who'd lost everything had won everything. The Thorian ambassador would later tell the Galactic Council that he'd tried to warn them. Humans weren't dangerous because they felt nothing. They were dangerous precisely because they felt everything, then channeled it with terrifying intelligence. In the end, it wasn't humanity's weakness that defeated General Vaxthor. It was their greatest strength, the ability to transform pain into purpose, emotion into action, and loss into unstoppable resolve. Sarah Chen left the flagship in an escape pod, watching it drift powerless in space. She'd upload the override codes to Earth Command shortly, but first she allowed herself one more moment of emotion. Not weakness, but power. She whispered to the stars where her family now rested. I love you, and that's why I won.